Hey everybody, Mad Caroline. Just got done running a 5K. Had to run into Walmart, get a couple of things. I'm going to finish up the thank you gifts for people who supported me on my 4x4x48 fundraiser challenge. So I want to get those done today. I've been meaning to do that for the last couple of weeks, but my weeks and days have been getting away from me. So I'm going on vacation tomorrow, heading down to spend a couple of days with my son and my daughter-in-law. So I really want to get that done today and mailed out, and just that off of my list, because it's just sitting there saying, hey, you need to get this done, and I really need to get that done because I appreciated everybody so much. So but I had a few people ask some questions via email, so I figured, hey, I'm going to jump on and just, while I'm multitasking, answer those real quick. The first one was, how did I train for the 4x4x48? I shared that in a couple of other videos, but I'll put it here real quick. What I did was, I was already in half marathon condition. So like, if you take a look at other people training for it, they trained for a marathon, but I figured I was in half marathon condition, and I could handle running 4 miles at a time, even though they were spread out. Even though I did 48 miles in 2 days, them being spread out at 4 miles a time, I knew I would be able to do that. So I mainly focused, since I was in condition for a half marathon and I knew I could run 4 miles, I decided to work on my mental state, because you got to work out every 4 hours. So what I did was, on the days I had my grandson, which is Tuesday through Friday, I did 3 a days, and I would wake up in the morning, run at 5 a.m., then run at 9 a.m., and then babysit my grandson, and then run that evening again. I only was doing 2 miles at a time. I was dealing with metatarsalgia, which I still am. It's inflammation of my second toe joint, but it's real painful. It's jabbing pain when it flares up. So anyways, so I just stuck with 2 miles just to get mentally used to it, but not put too much stress on that joint. I figured I can deal with the pain during the actual 4x4x48, but didn't want to have it flaring up and start having to deal with it off the bat. And then on the weekends, so on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I would do 4 to 5 workouts a day, every 4 hours. And in the first couple of weeks, I did 2 miles, each one of those. And then the 2 weeks leading up to the 4x4x48 fundraiser, I did 3 miles every one of those runs. So I was running between 12 and 15 miles per day on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 2 weeks leading up to it. And it got me mentally ready. You asked specifically about what prepared me for sleep. Nothing. I was not going to get sleep deprived training. I just didn't think that would even help matters at all. So I just mentally told myself I was going to get through it, and that's all you have to do. You're really not going to get sleep. I think I slept hard once, and it was so painful when Ted woke me up that I didn't even want to go there again. So I slept really light if I did. And so just get prepared not to sleep at all for 2 days straight, and just grind it out. That's all I can tell you on that. There's no preparation for the no sleep. And then people ask me about the behind the scenes. Ted did get some clips of me behind the scenes. I only had to be woke up once. The rest, I kind of was just awake, and I woke up by myself. I was real paranoid I was going to sleep through something, or everybody was going to sleep. So I was real paranoid. So I really didn't sleep. But the other stuff were kind of boring. Like Ted, my sister, and brother-in-law were saying how good of spirits I was in actually during the whole event. And I think a lot of it was because there would be donations coming in, and people, just it was really amazing how positive the world can be, and how many amazing and wonderful people there are out there willing to give and help others. And it just put me in a really, really good place, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it's going to be boring. I'll still put those together and try to get it for you. I had a few emails because you guys know, a lot of you who are watching knew I did a couple of prolonged fasts. So I did a 6-day spiritual fast with my girlfriend Snaking with Sarah. We were reading a book, reading the Bible, all of that good stuff. Normally I don't share my spiritual fast, you guys. It's usually time with me and God, so I don't really share it, but it was a different kind of spiritual fast and I was excited about it, so I ended up sharing about it. But yeah, it was different because I was actually doing it. I've done it with other people, but never like sharing. I always took fast as being time with you and God, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it was different and I was excited, and that's why I shared it. And then a couple of days after that, I ended up supporting fasting my way to Jen with her 96-hour fast, and that was only because Sarah is her fasting partner, and Sarah was on vacation, so I wanted to step in and support her since she was in the group reading the book The Beta Saint with me. So as far as me putting together a prolonged fasting group and that, yeah, probably not gonna happen. This girl is a 1 meal a day girl. I really, to tell you the truth, I try to keep the prolonged fast, like I said, to spiritual, like the long ones. I think the most I ever do is usually 48, maybe a 72 after vacation to get the fluff off. But yeah, I struggle coming out of the long fast and getting back to an OMAD regimen. I really do think me as a person would be in danger of becoming a yo-yo faster, if that makes sense. Well, heck, I got a history of yo-yo dieting, so yeah, I definitely could become a yo-yo faster. And when I talk about yo-yo fasting, I see me fasting long and hard. I know I can do it. I can fast long and hard and get through it, but I have a really hard time getting back on my day-to-day regimen when I come back. I don't know what it is, so I would rather just dial in a regimen that I can stick to for life, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely will not be doing a prolonged fasting group. Sorry guys. I know a lot of you who emailed me were part of the fasting. I had that fasting challenge back in 2019 when we did it as a team, and that was fun. And what I liked about that is everybody kind of picked their own, but we were a team. So I might do something like that. Again. I like team building kind of challenges, if that makes sense. So I like team challenges, not competitions, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I may do something like that. And then I had a few people reaching out to me about book club because I was talking about reading a book with friends and that. I do have 2 going on right now. I probably won't be doing a book club anytime soon. I've got a lot of opportunities coming up, and I just got to keep my life prioritized. I've been feeling really spread out thin lately, and I'm the type of person that if I commit to something with people, I know I respect people's time very much so. So if people give me their time, then I am going to be respectful enough to put the time in myself. So I'm a real believer when you commit to somebody, you need to respect them for committing to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I don't want to start a book club where I'm not going to be able to give it 100%, and I want to give it 100% and give it my attention. So right now in my life, my priorities, my family, fitness, and then book club. I got some other stuff that I need to find a place for, and so I might have to pull back a little bit on the book club, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it won't happen down the road, but probably not anytime soon, just because I got a lot of stuff on my plate. And like I said, when I commit to something, I commit to giving my time. And I don't know, sometimes I can get frustrated when you put the time in and then others don't, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I think I just been feeling overwhelmed and spread out thin, and I know time is valuable, so not only my time and other people's time. So I need to make sure I don't overcommit, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just need to find balance. I've been going hard for months on stuff, so like I think it's okay for me to pull back a little bit and focus in on some things that I need to do for myself. So yeah, so probably not, probably no new book club coming up anytime soon, if that makes sense. So, and then somebody was asking about my workout regimen. I have not created my workout regimen for the Spartan races. I'm doing the Spartan races with a couple of girlfriends. This year I'm doing the trifecta, so I'm doing 5K with obstacles, 10K with obstacles, and then a half marathon with obstacles. So that's going to be a whole different training game. My training changes with what my goals are. So like when I was training for the half marathon, I did do some strength training, but it wasn't about, it was more muscle building for legs, not so much upper body, stuff like that. So, it was about endurance. So now that I'm switching over to the Spartan races, it's going to be a lot of endurance but a lot of strength training and mobility, all of that good stuff. So it's going to look really different. I have not put that together yet. Like I am telling you, I am been crazy, spread out too thin. So I'm planning on putting together that regimen on my drive to see my son while Ted's driving. I'm hoping to put together a plan. Right now, I have a fallback plan. Like I always have a strength training and endurance regimen that if I don't have a focused plan on goals, I always fall back to it. So I always do at least 4-5Ks a week, and then 3 strength training a week, and it's full body, but it's compound movement. So push-ups, assisted pull-ups, squats, lunges, all of that stuff. They're like just full range of motion, large muscle movements, if that makes sense. So not just one joint, but several at one time. So those are my fallback workout regimens when I don't have something specifically created for a goal. But that will be changing up. But like I said, I always have that to fall back. I might put together, kind of show you guys what my fallback workout regimen is. So it's always nice to have that, because sometimes you just get done with a race or a goal and what you want to do, and then you haven't had time to start tweaking things for your new goal. It's always nice to have this go-to workout regimen that you can just do. It's a no-brainer. It's what you do to fill in the space until you get the new plan together. So yeah, maybe I'll put that together, but that's that. Yeah, so I just got done running a 5K. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up early and do strength training before we take off to go see my son. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I hope I answered oh yeah, there was one more question. Somebody asked how I fueled myself during the 4x4x48. I think I did answer this in one of the videos, but what I did was I attempted to eat the calories that I just ran after I ran. So I would get done running, and then I was trying to eat the amount, and I had protein bars, I had some cereal, stuff like that, but I was feeling really nauseous. It's funny, when I am sleep deprived, I get nauseous. I remember being on third shift in that back in the day, and I would stay awake to go watch my daughter's soccer tournaments and stuff and have no sleep. And I remember I used to feel nauseous. So I think it was more of that than anything. But so there was quite a few runs, 50% of the runs, where I felt like I probably shouldn't eat anything because I felt like I might throw up. So yeah, so lucky for me, I can work out fasted, so it wasn't too bad. But I did attempt to fuel myself, keep fueling myself with the calories that I burnt. I tried to eat that. I also try to keep my pace pretty slow, like a 12 and a half minute mile to stay in the aerobic state. I was trying to not get into anaerobic state when you start pulling, fuel from your muscles and fat. I know that sounds weird, but this was about me keeping that energy for when I really needed it. So I kept a really slow pace and hoped that I stayed in aerobic zone where I could just use the fuel that I ate, if that makes sense. But that's how I fueled myself during the 4x4x48. But I think that's it. All right, you guys, this is long enough video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.